He was joking.
Yeah, he tried. But, you know.
Maybe he was joking.
Yeah. But these are the eras to me that really set the stage for us because you can plug it in almost every facet of our development, from Pop Warner football to rec basketball to Little League baseball. Everything. I mean, it was surrounded by good food, good music, and of course, good people. And then, you know, kids, you always get into scuffles.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you always get into those riffs with one another because you all like brothers. You know, I stayed into it with Lil Junior.
Did you really?
But look,
you stayed into it all, my friend.
Well, Lil Junior was tough. He was I'll tell you this about Lil Junior was always fair, right?
Yeah.
But he was tough.
Yeah.
So he was like a disciplinarian.
Yeah.
Man, that's why Charley don't want you to come, man. You always doing this. I'm like, dude, that ain't got nothing to do with you. You know, so we would argue.
Yeah.
Or, you know, and you know, Junior was a little buff, strong, you know.
Just genetics.
Just
born. He came out of the womb with muscles.
But he wasn't a bully.
No.
He wasn't you know, unfair. He was easy to get along with.
Yeah.
We just stayed into it.
Oh yeah.
You know, just, you know, bickering
baby
per se.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, those were.
Lil Rodney had Raw Dog on his.
Yeah.
Lil Rodney. I wonder what Lil Junior had on. I think Junior only had
Lil Junior.
I think he just had Salone on his. Maybe.
I think he had Lil Junior.
He had Lil Junior on it.
I think so.
Man, we should have saved.
Lil Junior had a couple of them. He had a couple of colors. You know, he had black. You know, but to me, man, with the Batman jackets, we wore croaker sacks.
Oh, you had a pair.
Our Nick kickers.
Ooh,
man.
The Nick kickers and the croaker
sacks. And if you
but that go back to the players again. The players had the Nick kickers, but I think everybody had the croaker sacks.
Man,
the players had the Nick kickers.
If you ran in them Nick kickers, they was done.
And they coming off.
You gonna come right out of them.
You coming right out of them.
Rip.
Yeah.
Those are some of the cheapest shoes ever, dude.
They was popular.
And then the sole was thick, that thick rubber,
and
that's all you would have left.
Yeah.
Just the sole. I was like, man,
the whole body of the shoe would come loose.
Man, I remember one time.
Nick kickers.
It was me, David Johnson, Kevin Maltee, Sherman Robinson,
Sherm,
Whitey. We all at the movies because you remember in the Hawthorne 6 you just sneak in.
Yeah.
As soon as the movie
you check in at 11 o'clock. Exactly. You don't get out of the movie until 6 that evening because you didn't watch every movie.
Man, they chased us, man. Kicking, yeah.
They chased y'all?
They chased us.
Oh yeah, well, I've been chased out of there before.
I lost one of my Nick kickers, dude. And it was raining.
I think I remember you coming home with one shoe.
It was raining, dude. One shoe, dude. I was like, dude, I lost my shoe.
I remember that. You came home with one. Yeah. Like, what happened to your shoe, dude? He's like, man, we got chased out of the Hawthorne 6.
Yeah, we got chased out of that theater, man.
Wow. You know. The Nick kickers and the croaker sacks.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you brought that back.
Yeah.
Well, since we talking about shoes, we may as well talk about the biscuits. And the Stacey Adams.
The gangsters.
Remember the biscuits?
Gangsters had the biscuits.
Everybody, I graduated in biscuits.
I did too.
When I was in 6th grade.
Yeah, Center Park. I did too.
Yep. You gotta have the biscuits, homie. People had the brown ones, the black ones.
The players had the Stacey Adams too.
Yeah. The Stacey's was a little bit more expensive.
Lee Horn and them dudes.
Oh man.
Cooney had Stacey.
Oh man. Chris Johnson's big brother.
Man. Foles' brother. He had Stacey's. You know,
man. What was Chris's brother?
Chris
Johnson.
Putty's
big brother.
He was. I think his name was CJ too. What was his real name?
Yeah, because he passed away. We were so young. He was like 17.
It was Chris.
16, 17. It was Chris's sister, the baby sister.
I forgot.
TJ.
TJ.
It wasn't CJ, it was TJ.
TJ. I knew it was something like that.
Man.
TJ. He was cool as a fan.
Oh, he was
long.
It's so funny because them dudes was like before their time.
They were high school. We didn't realize that.
Who was the dude? He lived down the street from us on 107th. He had the perm. He's always been about him. He had the 2 sisters. One of them was special. And he had the younger sister used to take care of the older. She was like
she was disabled. Yeah, she was autistic or something.
Yeah.
They lived closer to Morningside, right?
No, they lived next door to Charley Monago. and his sister. They was in that big old house.
Oh yeah,
He was a
had the
player.
perm. Yeah, he had the perm.
I think, was his name Chris?
I can't remember him.
He was cool.
Yeah.
Because he was probably
You're
like
right.
class of like 79,
Now, he
78.
used to wear the rolling with the different colors.
Yo, he was a player type dude.
Yeah. The tees.
I forgot his
I
name. dude.
remember him.
And I think about that dude all
I remember him.
the time because he was, we looked up to those guys.
Yeah.
We were
We
young
did,
kids,
we did.
11, 12, and those dudes was like 17, 18,
Yeah.
and we looked up to those guys.
Yeah.
He was always been the bottoms.
Yeah, and see, you have to understand, I hadn't hit middle school yet when we was living on 107th. I was in the
you
I was
like
in the
fifth-
sixth grade.
Yeah.
So you guys were already in middle school, but these were guys like before the Wades moved into next door to us.
No, they moved in right away though.
Oh, it was remember Swanee? Remember tall Swanee and his pretty sister? Yeah. Remember Swanee?
No, he lived next to.
No, they owned the home before them moved there.
Did they?
Yeah, they lived right.
I thought he lived down by Charley Monago. Him
No.
and his sister lived in that little house.
right next door.
Because
to us.
because I ran into him. He was living in Japan.
Right.
Yeah, I was up in the Hollywood Hills with him gambling with the dude from this from what's that group from Oakland?
Digital Underground.
No, they was before Digital Underground. What's his name? He was the J King.
Oh, okay.
J King, dude, was his boy. And we was up there gambling one night when we had the barbershop. Yeah, that's it. No, they didn't live in Ian's house. They lived down the street.
They lived in Ian's house, dude. I'm telling you, dude.
You sure?
I know they did.
Man,
They moved away.
that was my partner.
Because Ian didn't move to Inglewood until 5th grade. Ian was in the we were I was in the 5th grade. Ian was in the 6th grade.
Okay.
He only moved to Inglewood like I think in 78 or 77.
We should have did this one for live. That's what them dudes because Ian they can all chime in to be the people we talking about.
But I'm just saying, I mean, it's like
wow.
the eras that brings this thing together is those experiences too.
Yeah.
Because we were aspiring to wear some of the fashion that. And I'm just speaking. I'm mentioning the fashion because this is what sticks in my mind.
Right.
At that time, because we don't even want to get into the chores that we had to do. Working in the yard and all that. But I'm talking about the fun part where we were all together. Seeing different groups move in.
Right.
Like we saw Moses and them moving.
Yeah. Moses. Yeah.
So
it was a gang of them.
And remember, they hardly ever come out.
I know, because it was like 8 of them in there. The sisters, the brothers. They never came out.
No, you would only see them coming and going.
Yeah, you're right.
At school.
I wonder why that was, though.
I just think that they parents was
I think it was only the mother. I don't think their father was living with them.
their father was there in the beginning, I think. I really do.
I don't know.
Because, they drove a station wagon.
I remember.
You
remember the player?
I do remember the mother a lot.
But you remember the player moved in next door to us before.
Yeah.
Richie Rich!
Came from over there off of Coliseum, Dinker.
Richie Rich!
Yeah,
that was our partner, Bubble Eye Richie.
Right.
And his older brother.
And Dwayne, his cousin Dwayne. They was
players.
Everything.
I know.
Remember, honestly, that's when I first learned the 3-card Molly. Because remember,
we learned everything. There used to be pickpockets in there.
Yeah, going downtown. Hey, man. I remember his cousin Dwayne.
They came out of that 70s era when it was pimping and playing, and that's that whole
60s
era. No, that was
because they was older. Man, them dudes was out of high school.
Oh, I know.
His cousins, they was out of high school.
They were probably like 19, 20. Yeah, but you're right, out of high school.
Man.
Yeah.
And dude, you got to think about it. Dude, that was 1977, 78.
I know.
Because I was still in the, you got to understand, I was still in the 6th grade.
I was like 76, though.
As a matter of fact.
Like 76, 75.
Exactly. Because we was all.
Because they was there, and then they moved out, and then the Samoans moved in. Remember they used to roast the pig in the backyard? We look up, we see a pig. The next day, he running around. The next day, we seeing a pig on a stick. I'm like, what the heck is going on here?
Dude, I remember when they was killing it.
Right in the head.
To catch it.
Yeah.
I was like, what are they over there doing?
Look, we looking out of our bedroom window because their backyard was
right there. It was
what are they doing?
Killing the pig, dude.
That was their ritual, though. That was like Samoans.
Yeah, that's what they ate. But man, as a matter of fact, Richie could pop lock.
I
He
know.
could lock.
I know.
He could lock.
Yeah, big
And
eye
he-
bubble eye Richie.
And he was a great athlete.
I know. Football, remember football? I know.
Hands, he used to beat
I
Hoopie.
know. Oh, he was.
He was
and he
good.
was humble.
Man, he
He was
good.
humble too. And they would always get into it
Because
with
he never combed his hair.
I remember he got into somebody put hands on him, no. Because he was, because he wasn't no fighter
Somebody
dude.
did put hands on
He
him.
wasn't no violent dude like that, but he was killing him out
His
there.
people came over
But
there.
he had a mouth on it. He'd clown you.
His people came over there
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember because you know
Yeah.
you know where they was from, right?
Was they from 40s or was they from the? No, they was Harlem.
Harlem 30s, dude.
Okay.
They was from the 30s, man. His
Yeah.
his family was from 30s.
Matter of
That's
fact,
where he came from.
He
Dinker.
went and got his people
He went
and
got
came
his-
over. Yeah.
He came over there. He wanted the house.
Because I think we was either down at remember Smokey?
I think it was at Center Park, dude.
Was we at Center Park?
When somebody
Because he didn't go to
they
school
put
with
his-
us.
no,
He was going to school in L.A.
No, he would never go. No, man, dude. He
Oh, he wouldn't go?
He wouldn't go, dude. He enrolled in
Center
He
Park?
was always truant, dude. He went to Center Park. He checked into Center Park,
But never
when
went.
Yeah, dude. He never went, dude.
That was my partner, man, Richie.
Remember, he used to go downtown with his brother
yeah,
and his
yeah.
cousin them, stealing, dude.
He used to kill Pookie. Like, he used to kill all
He
them
was
dudes.
good, man.
Yeah, because we used to play. Remember Smokey? Remember he got burned up?
Yeah. I remember Smokey got burned.
Yup. Smokey and his two sons,
Yeah.
Glenn.
Because
We
Glenn
used to
had
call him
the,
Waterhead Glenn.
Yeah, because he had that. He had that. He was sick.
Yeah,
as
he
a
had
kid.
water-
We didn't
yeah,
know.
he had the
was a
waterhead.
waterhead baby. Yeah. But
And his little brother.
right.
Used to take care of him.
Man, it's crazy, man, because when you think about that era, you can't help but to remember the older guys that
Them-
were setting the trends.
That's who you
man.
think about the most. When you think about that era, you think about I told you they were
Raymond-
our role models.
Raymond and them.
And Angelo.
Man, them dudes was fresh, man. Them dudes was in the streets, man.
Raymond and Angelo.
Them dudes was, they was fresh.
Yeah.
Big James.
Oh, Big James.
Man, them dudes was
Big James Cameron?
Oh man, James Cameron.
You talking about James Howard?
James Howard. James Cameron and Lorenzo Cameron.
Right, they was on the
came
from
yeah,
A
they
trade.
came from
They from A trade.
Exactly.
Matter of fact, I think James got killed at that Jack in the Box
right.
on Western.
Right.
In the 8 trades.
That was real sad.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
real
yeah,
sad.
yeah.
But his brother Lorenzo is still, he's still around.
Is he?
He on Facebook and everything.
Is he?
Yeah, he was. Cool.
Lorenzo Cameron?
Who he put hands on, dude? He
Oh,
put.
because he had hands.
Lorenzo put
He had-
hands on
he
some
had hands.
body, dude.
He had hands.
Yeah, he had hands, bro.
Yeah, he had hands.
But they was cool player dudes, and I remember them real well.
I remember, dude, you wasn't at Monroe yet. I remember.
No, I wasn't there.
Listen, I remember when Foe and Pookie from CPB, they fought all over the school, dude. And it was a gang, the whole school was watching. And them dudes was going at it, dude. I remember it, dude, like I was in 7th grade and they was in 8th. I mean, me and Foe was in 7th grade. Pookie was in 8th grade. And they tore that school up. From the field, they tore that field up, dude.
Fofo was about it.
Oh, they both was about
Cool
it.
as a fan.
I might want to say that one was a tie.
Yeah, it was cool as a fan.
But I remember that. But that takes us back to the era of the khaki suits.
Oh yeah. Because everybody didn't have a full khaki suit.
Right.
You got the pants.
Right. You didn't have the
never
pants
just
and the
got
shirt.
the shirt.
Right.
If you had the whole khaki suit, you was on.
Yeah.
With the house shoe.
Yeah. The corduroy ones. The black corduroy house shoes
And
with
the
the
golf-
khaki
and
suit
the
with the
golf
golf hat. Oh, dude, that era
And
was
some of the dudes
cold-blooded.
had the double golf.
Yeah, the one on the bottom and the one up there.
Man, that was
That was the era, dude.
But that, you know what I'm saying? If you dress like that, you know what I'm saying, you was set apart. You was one of them.
Yeah.
You was about it.
If you had the whole hookup on, you might have been banging.
You was banging. You was official.
You was a Crip or Blood. If you had the whole khaki suit on,
You was official.
you was banging.
You was official. Because, we all wore khakis.
The pants.
The pants.
We didn't wear the whole suit.
But a lot of dudes didn't wear khakis. They was like, because that was all.
Them was the
uniform.
chumps.
Yeah, that was the uniform.
Them was the
man.
squares. The
White
squares, they was
tees.
like, oh no, my mom's not going to allow us to wear this.
Man.
The khakis.
And I think that trend really came from Juvenile Hall. The khaki looking pants or the denim jeans and the white tees. That's how they
But we
dressed.
wasn't rocking white tees,
I know.
though. We was rocking just the whole khakis.
Right. But in the halls, that's what they wore.
They had tan and a white T-shirt or whatever.
Denim jeans.
Yeah, I don't know where that era came from, but it came.
Man.
And it didn't last long. It only lasted a couple of years.
Crocus sack.
About time we got up in the morning side in high school, you saw a trickle of people still wearing it.
Yeah,
but they was wearing,
Yeah, because it was the uniform of them
them goons.
Yeah. So
them goons.
You didn't need to dress like that.
Them goons was still rocking.
Yeah, if you wasn't one of them, it wasn't
you wasn't no goon. Yeah, don't even put that on.
With the Levi's, with the crease. You don't remember with the starch.
The Vano. The Vano starch. Mixed it with some water.
Yeah, the liquid starch.
And had your pants standing up in the corner.
Oh, man.
Your pants be white as heck from all that starch.
Oh,
but your stuff be creased out of the game.
Yeah, so I mean, man, we got to do a part 2.
Yeah, for sure.
Matter of
fact, we're gonna do a part 2 on live.
Okay. Yeah, memorable trends
on live. Part 2.
Okay.
Because this one here, that's when they gonna chime in on this new. And they gonna be able to relate.
Hey, and we just touching the surface.
That's what I'm saying.
So part 2.
Yeah, and we didn't even start talking about the shoe stores and Tom McCann and the Boston stores and. When they had the shopping center down in the IBCs in the Village and the Watergates.
Oh man.
The record store. Remember the VIP?
Man.
Remember they used to have them concerts up there.
That was on the Watergate side, right?
Yeah. No. That was on that was on neutral ground. It was on the AP on the Avenue side.
Was it? Because it was by Thrifties.
That's the Avenue side. And then the Watergates was across the street.
That's right.
And then the IBCs was on across the street. And then the CPBs was on the other side. And they used to be going at it.
Yeah, because they were still coming.
And the Bloods used to lose.
Yeah.
I hate to say it.
The Avenues wasn't deep enough
for them. The Bloods used to lose.
Because they wasn't deep enough.
Them 111s from where Ice Cube is from over there.
Oh, yeah.
They used to
come down, too.
They used to tear stuff up.
That's when KACE used to come and give the
They used to get away right there in the parking lot. And every time it would be a riot.
It wasn't enough, though.
Listen, let me tell you something.
It wasn't enough.
Them IBCs and them N-Hoods and them Watergates. I ain't gonna lie, dude.
There was 3 different sets, though.
I know. And they all hated each other.
Yeah, they didn't get along.
They hated each other more than they hated the families and the CPBs.
The N-Hoods kind of got along with the Watergates because they both had homies that was from each set.
Well, we all had homies from all the sets. We all went to school with everybody, but they was probably more closer. Like you had the 111s on one side, and then across Van Ness, you had the Watergates. Right. And then
the
across
Watergates
Crenshaw,
was kind of like Hawthorne. It was considered like Hawthorne.
Well, that wasn't Hawthorne back then. It was Inglewood.
Right.
Then they came in. Hawthorne came and took over that little territory. Okay, then we gonna call this Hawthorne. Right. But that was Inglewood.
Yeah, it was.
Well, DJ Pooh grew up at. That's the Watergate. That's it. That was Inglewood.
That was Inglewood.
That wasn't no Hawthorne.
Right.
I'm surprised they didn't want to go take the
Village
and say this is gonna be Hawthorne.
Well, they sectioned it off.
That was in the early '90s or when they did that.
When they tore down Q, that's when they sectioned off a certain, like where Jeffrey Lee lived. That was Hawthorne.
Right. When they ran that freeway through the 105.
Yeah, they sectioned it off and started making it Hawthorne. But man, those to me, man, those are some real errors. Because them dudes was really squabbing.
Man, those are the errors that
they wasn't doing no whole lot of gunplay. It was like, oh, you want this fade?
You box it. And dudes used to box.
Yeah, they did.
I'm like, man.
They did. But I mean, it's just so funny how we grew up with each other, even though it was sectioned off and dudes started claiming different sets. But yet, they kept a level of respect for certain ones to where, you wasn't a part of it.
Right.
Or,
we gonna jump over you because we know you ain't really with that.
Or, it was no disrespect. So, it was like, keep belling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
this ain't got nothing to do with you.
Keep belling.
This ain't got nothing to do with you.
Right. So I mean, I take my hat off to all those G's because you can get a fade back then. and I was with that. I mean,
you can catch a fade back then.
You can get a fade.
Yeah, you can get a fair one.
You fair one. Get packed out.
No, back then you can get a fair one. Wasn't nobody getting packed out.
No, not on a regular basis.
Right.
If you was just out of bounds,
Right.
so be it.
Right.
But yeah, I want to get this fade.
Yeah, like Pookie. I'm telling you, man, Pookie, resting in peace, man. Him and Foe, I'm telling you, they went at it. It was crazy, man. Anybody from that era in my day, they remember that fight. It was early in the morning, dude. And them dudes fought. They tore the whole school up.
He was so solid, though, man. I mean, of course, both of them. I mean, you know, Pookie, you know what I'm saying? He was a brother. You know what I'm saying? No doubt.
Yeah.
But you got to give love to them cats in the village because they showed us love.
Oh no! They always showed us love,
and I had love for them.
Yeah, come on, dude. Them dudes was the real deal.
Yeah. They was all solid.
Them dudes was the real deal. They had some heavy hitters over in that village, boy. They had some heavy hitters.
They had
over
squabbers.
That's what I'm saying.
They had squabbers.
They had some heavy hitters over there.
Them dudes could chunk them.
Man, you ain't got to tell me.
They could trunk them. You know, even like your boy, I think about him all the time because he was a heck of a football player. Mario Strickland, dude. That dude was a heck of a football.
He was the
and
business.
he could chunk them.
Not like Chris Crosby though. Chris Crosby would knock your block off.
Them was all in your class. Foe, Chris Crosby.
What, 1 year older? It's the same thing.
Chase Smitty, you know,
man. Chris Crosby had them scrappers.
Yeah, Chris
He
Crosby.
will knock your block
He was
off.
solid.
Your block is getting knocked off messing with Chris Crosby. I'm telling you.
But that was the fun part because, you know, we all knew each other. You know, we all from the, same city or whatever.
Yep.
But, man, it's been a pleasure. So I'm going to end it right here because it's nostalgic, but it's so relevant, in memory now. And so I'm going to throw it to Charlie Mack and let him close us out.
Hey, what else can I say? We ran down memory lane a little bit. And we're going to do this one again, y'all, part 2 on Facebook Live and in IG Live because we need some people from that era to kind of jump on the bandwagon with us and join in because it'll definitely bring back memories for those guys. They'll be like, oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
So we're going to definitely go Facebook Live and IG Live on this one. Appreciate you guys for joining in. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. The plane to stop. Take the seatbelts off. Peace and love. You know how we do it. Peace.